Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back. I am in my house. I am purging, cleaning, reorganizing, and this is something I do often. I know it might seem like my house is always clean and organized, but that's definitely not the case. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to keep coming back and doing it and making videos about it. It never seems to stay clean for all that long. And especially when you have kids, it's hard to keep things in check. So this is something I do often. If I'm feeling overwhelmed or I'm feeling like everything's just too much, I will often do a big purge. Trust me when I say it is so satisfying. I was going a little crazy with the amount of toys that my kids have. I feel like they're so blessed with so many toys, and the grandparents shower them with toys, but sometimes it just is so much and they're not even playing with a lot of them. They end up everywhere. So we go through and purge the toys several times a year. If they're broken and they're not working, I'll just throw them away. We donate toys that are still working but not played with a lot, and we'll go through and do like a pretty large donation. And I go through with Oliver so he can let me know, and he's pretty good about it now because we've been doing it for so long, where he'll say, no, I really would like to keep this one, or I kind of like this one but I'll give it away, and we go through it together. The next thing that I like to purge is my closet. If I know I haven't really worn something, I'll either give it to a friend who wants it or I'll donate it. And this is something I do several times a year just to kind of keep it all under control, and I know that I'm utilizing the things that I have. The other thing that I like to do is purge my pantry. Now, ideally, I wouldn't be buying any food that is not consumed and you're wasting as little food as possible. But the reality is sometimes you have food in your pantry that's expired. Maybe you bought too much of one item and you can donate that. So if it is not expired and it's still good canned food or good food, you can certainly donate it to a shelter. And then if it's expired, you're going to want to throw it away. So I went through my pantry and just purge and declutter a little bit. It'll probably be messy again in another day. And I didn't get a chance to organize it that perfectly, but I did make sure to get rid of anything that was expired. And then I'm going into my medicine cabinet and doing the same thing. And as you can see here, my medicine cabinet is not organized, and it needed to be. So I recently did my bathroom and kind of got rid of beauty products, expired things, cleaned that out, but my medicine cabinet needed it as well. So different vitamins, things like that are expired, old, dried up, you can throw that away and then re-strategize and organize that area. And again, I'll split this up into different days. I don't always get to do this all in one day. But sometimes I either know in my head or I make a list the things that I need to get to. And like the medicine cabinet, I've been telling myself I need to get to that for probably about a year. So just so you know, it's been kind of the messy closet that no one sees that today I finally decided, all right, I'm going to reorganize and purge. I've been needing to get to that. Okay, I can breathe a sigh of relief now seeing it look like that as opposed to how it looked before. So sometimes I'll have old towels that are looking kind of dingy, or they got destroyed in the dryer over time. They're just starting to fray or fall apart. So what I do is I cut them up and I use them as cleaning rags. And that's a good way to kind of like upcycle or recycle some old towels. You can also use it for cleaning your car or outdoor chores or different things like that. So I just like to keep those around, and I fold them up and I put them in my laundry room. And that's a great way to recycle something that you don't necessarily have to throw away. My husband and I were going a little crazy because between his channel and my channel and the fact that he works with food a lot and we have so many different types of plates and cups, and our kitchen was kind of insane. It needed its semi-yearly reorganization where you pull everything out, you decide which items have cracks or are broken and need to be thrown away, which we definitely had a few of, which items you want to donate to kind of make room and make sure it's nice and clean, and then also put everything back in the right spot. This is something, especially since we work from our home and we create content in our kitchen, it just makes it go faster if everything is organized. Now, with that said, we have kids, things are crazy, we're prepping for school, we're making dinners in a rush sometimes, and it just doesn't always look perfectly organized. So a few times a year, I'll clean everything out, I'll pull it out. It stayed out for a few days because I couldn't get to the whole kitchen in one day. So I just did it when I could. The other thing that gets kind of crazy and needs reorganizing is receipts. Now here I have personal and business, and they stack up. After several months, they get kind of out of control, and it's time to tape them into a binder. And then you can also scan them if you want, but I like to have a physical copy of them in these binders. And we have them for the last 7 years, which is what we're advised to do. And so, yeah, we try to be good about it, and that's one thing that we do. Also, I feel it's interesting that we get so much paperwork in the mail, much of which I don't need to save, or I just need to look over. And some of it doesn't even have my address on it, so I can just throw it away. But if it does, I like to do a shredding purge. And this is a little chore that I like to give to Oliver sometimes because he's really good at it. So if he's home and he's not at school, I'll give him the job. I'll look through it and give him a bunch of paperwork that he can shred. So one thing I've been needing to do is take important documents and take those hard copies and scan them into a hard drive. It also is recommended to, if you want to be really, really on top of it, to scan it into a second hard drive and keep that in a fire safe. But important documents such as home ownership details, also like home repairs or additions, ideally you keep the receipts and you scan them, you put them in a hard drive. Insurance policies, retirement plans, investments, things like that, ideally are all put in a hard drive, which you can get hard drives. We get ours on Amazon. We like to put our video content in a hard drive, and then we have a separate one for personal and business expenses and important documents and things like that. And I've been trying to be on top of keeping that together, but it's been something I've been needing to get to and make sure it's up to date. And yeah, so anyway, also a good purge always just feels good around the house. So I wanted to share a video, some of the things that I've been needing to check off my list. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Bye.